administrator, I'd like you to meet Andrew Kaufman of the Adobe Hotel.
Hey, Kai, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Paul Canturna of Canturna Real Estate.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
Good to meet you.
And Gustavo Frank of Los Pollos Hermanos.
How many times will they say I'm the smoothest? Truth is I never not moved this way. My trench coat leather, my shoes are suede. Beg you don't step on my Pumas, babe. Walked ages in these trainers, but I ain't tripped when they losing faith. You know I've been tested without a question. Why they on net doing Q&A? She say I'm a son of a gun, but really miss me like she shooting strays. It's cool, it's great, but it's more fun when you use your waist. Made in a manner like Kano, where they're able use of moving K and searching for P's on my P's and Q's. Man, step at the queue, you can lose your place. And I seen it, bro, and you see I'm the CEO. Teaching my team how to aim for the head and no waist, on no lead, on no knees and toes. Briefings in the board meetings with the G's done, but they been involved. How you ain't end up on street with bro? Only Jesus knows. But still I'm here counting my blessings. I ain't account all the lessons. Found out in the drought just got man, use one hand when I'm counting my brethrens. Can you really doubt I'm a legend? All the hours round the clock that I put in. Do the eyebrow like the Rock when they looking. They can smell the shit Nux is cooking.
I'm Hannahmai.
And what do you do?
I work in a nursery. I always knew that I wanted to work with children, and then I moved to Portugal for a bit doing volunteering, and I don't know, I just ended up working in a nursery. I don't know how, but I did, and turns out that I loved it. Obviously it was quite hard at first because the language barrier, and I was initially only there because of COVID, like to help out. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't have any childcare qualifications, no experience with like young children and babies, so it was quite difficult, but I just watched and learned, and it was like the best experience ever. Yeah, a lot. One of the main ones I'd say is that the UK is very centred around like money and time. Like you have to be on time for work. If you're like 1 minute late, you're going to get moaned at. Whereas I think Europe in general, like European countries in general, they care more about relationships. So like they wouldn't care if I rocked up to work 15, 20 minutes late. They wouldn't care if I took an extra 10 minutes on my break, stuff like that. So it's much more relaxed in terms of like time management. That's probably the biggest difference, I would say. In the future, I'd like to go into corporate social responsibility, which is making sure that businesses are doing their part in terms of like the environment and social and economic issues that are going on in the world, basically. The biggest one I would say right now is probably like, you know, climate change, global warming, stuff like that. I think it's really important to try and push sustainability, which is what people are trying to do now. I do feel like it's a little bit too late, but obviously we've got to start somewhere. But if you're not doing things sustainable, then what's the point? Like, resources are going to run out and stuff like that. Like, you just can't keep living like that.
So you said that you're humanitarian?
Yeah, like
describe that.
Humanitarian, like that's the kind of vibes. I just like helping people. Like I've always known from a young age that I've wanted a career in helping people in some way. Like I remember watching on the TV like the adverts of the children like from charities like starving in Africa and whatever, and I've always said like, oh, I want to go there and I want to help. And I did actually go. I went to Zambia with my school, raised all this money to go out there and just see what they live like out there. Just try and help in any way that I can. I've always been like that. Where I was, so we went to like 2 schools, and I was only young when I went. I was in 6th form, and literally it was a life-changing experience. Like to see the way that them children, how they view education compared to how we view it. Like the children over here, we don't care. People are naughty in school. They don't respect teachers. They don't respect the classroom. They don't respect their resources. And then when you go over there and see children that are writing on newspapers, I was giving them pens and pencils, and they were literally overjoyed with the fact that I was giving them a pen that they could keep. Like, it just it changes you, and it makes you see things differently, and it makes you realise how lucky you actually are to have all these things that we have. I would say mostly for the youths nowadays, because we don't really like to do much research. I'd say watch documentaries. There's things that you can watch on YouTube, on Netflix. I watched one the other day called Seaspiracy. There's one called Cowspiracy, and that's to do with your health as well, but it is looking at sustainability, and like the way that we're eating right now, like it's not sustainable. Like the amount of factory farming that we're doing in terms of like eating meat, like we're eating way too much meat, and if we carry on the way that we're going, we're gonna run out of space basically. So just do your research like that, watch things, it's really interesting, and you'll find out a lot of things that we're doing wrong basically. So if there's something that you know that you want to do, this is not to do with like being a humanitarian, but if you've got a goal or something that you want to do, regardless of what people are telling you, just go and do it. Because even in terms of like me moving to Portugal, there's people that were telling me that didn't want me to go, and I'm not saying that was because they were trying to see me do bad or whatever, they didn't want me to live or whatever, but they're just trying to protect you. But not everyone knows what's best for you. Like if I would have listened to a few people, I wouldn't have gone, and honestly that experience changed my life. Like so just do it. Like someone's always going to have something bad to say, but if you know that you want to do it, just go for it. Like it's your life, man. Just do it.
Yeah, what's up? One and only. What's the deal, bro? What's the deal, bro? Alright. Yeah, what's up? One and only. What's the deal?
Welcome back and that.
Yeah, bro.